U.S. Air Force investigator Ike Stokes tries to understand how wake turbulence nearly destroyed a gigantic tanker aircraft.
Separation between the two planes is by the book. That's it. Wind was 85 knots from the west.
The wind was blowing enough at altitude to push the wingtip vortices from the preceding airplane into the flight path of the mishap aircraft.
I mean, they accounted for everything. They were foiled by the direction of the wind. Perfect storm.
But Stokes still doesn't know how this perfect storm ever got a chance to form.
When you're taking off between 90 to 100 airplanes on a daily basis, the arrival and departure from the base is very critical. And in this particular case, the mishap aircraft was parked in such a way that it had to go first and be followed by the second airplane, the one that had further to go.
The solution that they came up with was a perfectly responsible solution, and that was, we're going to take off individually, and then you're going to pass me.
Had the number 2 plane been parked to the left of the mishap airplane, the mishap never would have occurred.
Investigators finally understand what happened to Whale 05.
05's level.
On a wartime mission over the Saudi Arabian desert, 2 KC-135s switched position mid-flight.
Altitude hold. On. Altitude hold, check.
The wake turbulence generated by the passing plane is blown into the path of Whale 05. It creates a tremendous force that flips the plane so violently, G-forces rip both engines off the left wing.
I've often heard flying described as hours and hours of sheer boredom, followed by moments of stark raving terror. In this case, the crew experienced that stark raving terror.
No, there's too much stress.
The oscillations almost push the right engines and the aircraft beyond the point of recovery.
Speed brake.
But with the quick thinking of a seasoned wartime commander, the plane levels off.
Coming back to level flight was a true feat of airmanship.
Greg, are your nav instruments working?
Yes, INS is functional, radar is still up.
Well, get me a heading back to Jeddah.
The coordination of a well-trained crew
Nose gear down and locked.
Runway in sight.
brings Whale 05 back home safely.
Aircraft commander was an excellent airman. But the fact is, he had every brain in that airplane working in tandem with him, side by side, to make sure they didn't miss anything.
Brakes!
I was very fortunate to fly one of the best crews in the Air Force, in my humble opinion. They did their job in a critical situation, and it wasn't just me getting back to the airplane, it was the team got back to the airplane.
We did it.
Whether it's a refueling plane in wartime
We did it.
or a routine domestic flight in a 747, the importance of teamwork can never be overstated.